So I'm super excited today. My friend told me about a new cafe that's pretty close to us. So I'm going to go check it out today and get some work done. I just finished up in the cafe. It was absolutely awesome. Totally my vibe. I loved it so much. I got so much writing done and I totally zoned out, which is something I totally love to do and don't get to do very often. So I will definitely be back. So something I've always wanted to do is write a book, and I have started and stopped so many books over the course of my life, probably at least within the last 15 years. And, this past 6 months, this year, 2022, I really decided I was going to really go for it and really do it. And enough is enough. And so I've been writing a book for about 6 months, and I wrote the whole thing, and it was almost like therapy because I realized I had a lot of things that I still needed to heal from. And I had a lot of suppressed memories about a bunch of things. So I don't really want to write a memoir necessarily, but it was coming across that way. Anyways, I'm not even sure I'm going to ever publish what I wrote, but that's why I kind of wanted to do a video today of saying, how to start writing as a beginner, because I think that no matter what, just starting to write is super helpful because it gets you in the right frame of mind. And that's something that writing is really important. So whether or not you're going to write a book or write poems or even if you don't want to publish that thing, the best advice I've gotten is to just write. Just start with something, just throw it all out there and just go with it and try to write every single day, because writing is something, it's like a habit. You got to do it, right? So for me, I've always been a writer. The earliest journal I found was from 5th grade, and I used to literally write every single day from 5th grade all the way up until I was about maybe 19, 20-ish, maybe even a little, I think about 20-ish is when the last journal that I found at least is when I have. So that's a lot of years of things to go over and see. And I just wanted to share a couple of tips I have about writing and the writing process to get you started if this is something that is a goal of yours and you want to move forward. So the first thing, like I was saying, as I would recommend, is you just got to start writing. So whether you handwrite, whether you type it on a computer or an iPad or your phone, whatever it is, even if you do voice to text, you got to start the writing process somewhere. So maybe think about a story that happened in your life and go from there and write about that story. And then you can kind of look at that story and review it and see how you can make it better and check about the details, check your grammar and your editing and spelling and all that. And just kind of think about it as a school assignment where you have to write something to get started. So if you're not really quite sure what to write, that's where I would start, is just pick something, a memory of yours, and just start writing about it. If you have more direction, then I would definitely think about outlining. What do you want to talk about in your book or whatever piece that you're doing, and kind of give yourself an outline of what you want to talk about. I feel this helps more so for just prompting yourself to go with that process. So the great thing is you're the owner of this, right? You're the writer. So you can change things as often or as much as you want. So I think that just maybe having an outline of thinking of things that you can write about will prompt you for when you get that writer's block or you're stuck or your confidence gets shot. You can at least look at your outline and be all right, well, I said I was going to write about grandma's 80th birthday party, so let me write about that. And it kind of just gives you direction. The biggest thing is just, starting and having somewhere to go. Because I found that even though I've written, it's just under 10,000 words, it's about 85 pages long, something like that. I'm not even sure I'm going to publish it now. I'm not even sure I'm going to share it with the world. And it's kind of a little bit frustrating, or I don't want to say frustrating, but it's a little bit wow, I just did all this work and now there's almost going to be nothing to show for it. But I was sitting there thinking about making a video like this, and I was you know what, it's actually super important that I did this, because I sat there every day and I was writing this book and I was pulling from just straight inner core stuff. And it's actually helped me with my healing journey of my own like mental health and everything. So as much as I'm not sure I'm ready to share all of these stories with the world, it got me in a place that was very much like, hey, I love writing though. I love being in the process. I love going and doing it. And even though I might not like publish this, I feel like I'm on a roll now. Like I feel like I know where my next direction is, and I have started a book probably within the last few weeks, maybe a month ago. And this one I'm ready to publish. Like I'm gonna be publishing this one, and I'm really excited about it. And so now that I'm in like the process and the habit of it all, and I'm going through everything, I'm finding a project that is really meaningful, and I can still kind of share my story, but just in a different way and in this way I'm ready to do that. So that's why I'm saying like, just get started, give yourself an outline and some prompts to go. And then the next thing I would recommend is finding a place to write. And if you're not home alone, I would recommend leaving your home. Even if you are home alone, I still kind of recommend almost leaving your home, because I feel like leaving and having a different atmosphere can do something to your psyche that just like being at home can't. Because being at home, you hear the laundry went off, or the dishwasher went off, or, you know, the doorbell rang, or you hear the mailman come up to the mailbox. Like there's too many distractions of things that you could say, oh, I can't do this right now. Let me go clean, or let me go do this. And like, even if you hate those things, you still find yourself doing them because you're just trying to get away from the writing. So I recommend going to your local library, or I'm not a coffee drinker, but go to a coffee shop or a cafe. I would recommend bringing headphones, getting your laptop, sitting down, like maybe even getting a little snack, like really putting yourself like in that mind frame, like in that sense, like sitting down and be like, no, I'm going to write today. Like you're setting yourself up for success because you are there. And then maybe even giving yourself a goal of a word count. Like for me, I have like a writing site, and they recommended to write at least 750 words a day. I usually go way over that, but there are some days where I maybe only get like 400. If I stay home and my 3 kids are running around, I may only get like 400 words, at least until they go to bed, and then by that time I'm too tired, blah blah blah, all the excuses, right? So I try to shoot for 750 words, and when I can go on a roll, when I'm out, I went to the cafe that I'm showing in this video. I was there for like almost 3 hours, and it was amazing because I was just like in the mode. There was no one bothering me, no one trying to get a hold of me. I made sure I wasn't letting my phone be a distraction. Put it on airplane mode if you have to, or put it in your bag so you don't see it. Don't let those things become a distraction for you, and it just starts to go. It starts to flow. So find your place where you want to go. Maybe mix it up, go to different places every day. It's just like getting in that frame. Your environment is super important, and you need to take that into account. The next thing I would do if you are new at writing is thinking about chatting with other writers. So for me, I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups. I'm chatting with people I know who have already written a book or are wanting to write as well, or maybe they're just a really strong, avid reader. So I'm finding my people and my community to talk and associate with others, because that's another thing when you're in the mind frame of other people, or when you're in the presence of other people who have the same mind frame as you, it's really super good for you to get psyched up and in the moment, and you start thinking of different ideas, and you're talking to people about the similar interests, right? Just as if you were going to, be at a cocktail party and you met somebody that read the same book as you, or watched the same movie as you, or has the same favorite food. All of a sudden you have that connection with them, getting to know them more, and it's just super exciting because you're making a new connection with that person. Same thing with writing. You want to be with like-minded people. And once you make that connection and start talking about different things, you're going to get a lot of different ideas from different people, and it's going to be really exciting for you, and you're going to want to sit down and write. Sometimes that can be the hardest thing, is like getting yourself in that mind frame. So I definitely recommend those 4 things. Definitely get yourself out there. And you just have to start. You just have to start. So I would love to hear what you want to work on, or what you're already working on, down in the comments down below. I'm super excited to connect with other like-minded writers like myself, and to hear about your projects. And also, I do have a book club. If you're interested, I will put the link to that. It's on Facebook, and you can come join us and talk about your favorite books, and maybe even some writing as well. So I look forward to meeting you and having new connections with you. If you like this video, don't forget to click that little like button down below. It's really supportive of my channel. And also, if you want to stick around for this journey of my bookstore and writing and my lifestyle videos, then definitely hit that subscribe button, and I'd love to have you stick around. And like I said, I want to get to know new people, so that's part of this channel as well. So definitely reach out and connect with me.